Okay, so I'm going to show you quickly how I'm going to take this motor. Now this is a motor that we use for training purposes only. So it's already got the coils. You got U1, which we would say is your start of the coil. U2 is the end of the coil. I got the white V1 start coil, V2 the end of the coil, W1 start, and the W2 is the end of the coil. Now I'm going to just quickly look at my tester. Now because it's not connected, I can still check my earth continuity. So I go to 3 ohms, I start my tester, I've selected 3 ohms, I check my tester by putting my leads together, and then I will zero the tester, which I've done there. I will go to the earth here on the sides where the earth are connected, and I'll go to some metal parts on my my motor, and I can see that it is 0 ohms. I can check just some other metal parts if I need to, if I can find some, maybe an old screw or something. As you can see there, I can see 0 ohms. So that really just means to me that the stud that's inside this box, the connection box, are actually giving me a really good reading to the rest of my motor. This is very important when I look at it, because when my resistance is very low, I want it to be very low, because when I have a fault and there's a short from any of my phases down to earth, I know that the resistance will be low. If I look at Ohm's law, my current will be extremely high, which means it will trip my breaker. Alright, I've checked that. Now I want to check my coils. So let's start with U1 and U2. I can check, see how, if I don't know what I'm doing, I can make a mistake. See how I'm on 3 ohms. I want to show you that. Can you see that I'm getting no reading? This is because my coil is most likely to be greater than 3 ohms. So don't just do that and assume that, oh yeah, it's open circuit. It's actually not open circuit, so I'm going to select the 500 ohms. So I'm going to the bigger scale. Again, I need to now check that my tester is good, that it's reset, zeroed it, well done. I go to U1 and V2 and look at that. Now, because I'm on the 500 ohm scale, I'm looking at that blue one there. As you can see, there's 500 ohms. So in this case, I'm getting about, looks like 6 ohms for that coil. We know that the coils need to be balanced, so they need to be within 5%. So let's look at number 2, the white. So also it's 6 ohms. And then I go to the blue one, and we can see that they are all 6 ohms. That means this motor is good to be connected so far when I'm looking only at earth and I'm looking at my continuity of my coils. Now the next step is I need to check my IR. Now in this case, because this is a testing one, it's only rated for 41.5 volts AC. I am not going to put it on the 500 volts. I will put it on the 250 volts. I can't go less. If I could do it, I would go even less. So for this exercise, this is a testing or a motor that we use for the students. This is not a 400 volt motor. If I'm out in the field and I'm doing this, I would then have it on 500 volt as per the AS3000. Again, I'm going to check on my red scale now, because I'm in the red. I want to see that it goes down. Yes, it does. So now I know my tester is definitely working. And again, I know that this goes from here to here. That goes on the white from here to here. That means I do have coils. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start from one end. I start here, I check here, and I should get a reading greater than 1 mega ohms. I can see that's greater than 1 mega ohms because it's sitting here, which shows me it's greater than 200 mega ohms. I go from blue to red again, and then I do white to red. Now basically I've checked between this, I've checked between the blue and the red, and I've checked between white and blue. I don't have to go on this side because I know that this goes all the way through. So there's no use in doing it because I've already established that this is a coil and it's perfect. The only other test I need to do then is I go from the earth to each one. I say go earth to blue. you can see it's greater than 200 megohms, greater than 200 megohms. Now, if you at any stage doubt that your readings might be right, just think of it. It needs to be greater than 1 megohms. If you doubt it, touch your leads, and we can see that the meter is actually working. So my next step now would be I'm going to hook up the motor, which I'll make another video with. I just wanted to show you that this motor is telling me that it's ready to be tested.